Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the First Genesis of Virginia YouTube page. It's me, Danica Royster.
And me, Ken Royster.
So happy to see you guys. I know I've been gone for a little while, but guess what? I'm here back on time for April, which is Financial Literacy Month.
Financial Literacy Month. This is where you get your brain full of good knowledge about financial stuff.
Well, one of the things that we always want to make sure is that the people not only are literate, but also we give you some roadmaps for implementation. So what we're going to talk about today are the 4 cornerstones of financial planning.
What are cornerstones?
Well, they're going to be 4 segmented because oftentimes when people think about their finances, the first thing they might think about is that my credit? Is that insurance? Is that investing, retirement planning? Yeah. So what we've done is we've broken everything down into 4 cornerstones or 4 segments. So I'm going to start off with our first segment, which is cash management, which is one of the biggest and largest foundational pieces of your financial planning process.
Why is that?
Because it all starts with your budget. Are we measuring our income, what's coming in, and our expenses of what's going out?
Cash is king.
Exactly. And if you don't have a really solid budget or financial foundation, all the other things like investing and retirement planning, they're going to be impossible to do because you don't have a true measure of your expenses and your income. So what we also take into account under that first cornerstone of cash management is your cash reserves, aka your savings. Now, last year, most people started reevaluating their cash reserves because they said, well, that's my emergency fund or my rainy day fund. I think we all can agree that last year, 2020, wasn't more of a rainy day. It was more of a Category 5 hurricane.
Absolutely. COVID.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So what we want to make sure we're doing when we're measuring our cash reserves is looking at what used to be maybe 3 to 6 months, maybe 6 months to a year's worth of savings, because we want to make sure everyone's prepared for the what if and COVID pandemic moments. So those are some things that we take into account when we're looking into the cash management. Okay. The second cornerstone is risk management. So that's everything from our life insurance, making sure, hey, what we have at our job, is that enough? Or do we need a supplement and buy some independent insurance? Our disability income insurance, which I find oftentimes people overlook because they don't realize that your disability income insurance is actually the policy that pays you in the event that you get sick or injured. I often ask people, well, if you couldn't go to work every day, how would you pay your bills? And you've gone through your cash reserves after 6 months to a year, so what's your backup plan? So that's why we look into disability income insurance. The third point is long-term care insurance, which we've already done a segment on that in regards to the care that long-term care covers as it relates to, am I going to have a caretaker at home or am I going to go to a facility? Fourth point is our auto and home insurance, because we always want to make sure we're taking care of our property. And last but not least, evaluating our employer benefits. Oftentimes I meet with people and they tell me, well, I just signed up for all the free stuff. And they really haven't taken a look. But you have to make sure you understand what you have through your job so that way that you supplement on the things that you buy independently.
Well, what if you work for yourself?
Well, if you work for yourself, that's another thing. You have to create your own employee benefit plan. So that's why it's important to always evaluate your 4 cornerstones. So I've given you 2, cash management and risk management. And Ken's going to close us out with the last remaining 2.
Well, the last remaining 2 are easy. Investment and financial planning. That's one cornerstone all by itself. This is where we get into the bucket strategy of life. Most people know that there's certain things that they got to take care of as it relates to their financial, overall financial wealth development. The first one is having a 401k or any type of retirement plan, whether it be a SEP plan or an IRA, whatever it is, that bucket's got to get full. The worst thing in the world is to retire and run out of money before you run out of life. Everybody wants a dignified and a decent and enjoyable retirement. Agreed?
Agreed.
Okay, so that's one thing. The next thing is looking at longevity piece. What if I got longevity in my family? I need investments that will outlive me for sure, that pay good solid income. So annuities will provide a lifetime income. They're the only vehicle that can promise a guaranteed lifetime income. So you gotta look at annuities as a real plus in your portfolio. Next thing is educating your children. Now, again, you already passed that. But we had some little ones at one time, and we had to build 529 plans, get money set aside, so that they come out of college without any student loans. We want our kids to be debt-free when they come out of school. You want your kids to come out of school debt-free. Start a 529 when they're age 0. Don't wait till they're 15. Too late. College costs a lot of money. You're talking about putting away thousands of dollars a month at 15 versus hundreds of dollars a month when they're age 0.
And that can be a pretty tough balance for some parents. And do I save for retirement or do I save for my kids' college?
I suggest you do both, and you use the money as you need. So guess what? If I don't have enough money in the 529 plan to send my kids to college, I'm going to use my retirement. I'm going to work longer because I'm going to make that sacrifice for my children so that they don't be in bondage when they come out of school. Because guess what? They might be my backup retirement plan. My kids taking care of me. But anyway, mutual funds, stocks, bonds, ETFs, all those other type of investments are available to you to fill that cornerstone piece. Again, whether it's us or someone else, get with a financial advisor, start mapping out your strategy. Now, financial plan, that's where everything gets wrapped up all together. You look at your insurance, your cash management, your taxes, everything else gets wrapped up in a good, solid financial planning. You should have targeted goals for education. You should have targeted goals for retirement. You should have targeted goals for big purchases like a second home. Matter of fact, we're thinking about getting another home too. So the second home, the next thing is vacation, and I want to see the world. I want to take 6 months off and tour the world. That stuff costs money. You got to have all that. The last piece of the cornerstone, just as important, is taxes and estate planning. You got to be prepared to pay your taxes. I have people right now who don't understand. They're taking money out of my check. How come I still owe? Because you're not taking enough out of your check. That's part of that Donald Trump tax plan. Said we're going to lower your taxes, but the truth is we're just going to take less out of your paycheck. You still got to pay more taxes. So we got to look at that. The other thing is estate planning. There's 3 parts of estate planning: wealth accumulation, wealth preservation, and then wealth transfer. You want to make sure that the money that you build is going to be there and gets transferred to the people you want to have it. You got to meet with an estate planning attorney to make sure those things are done properly. The other things are your wills, your trusts, healthcare directives, power of attorney. All of those type of documents are important. This is Financial Literacy Month. You should be sitting down with someone, whether it's with us or with someone else, and going through all these 4 cornerstones and making sure that your situation is tight. You want your situation tight, tightened up, buttoned up, all together, squared away. Go ahead.
I think we get this.
You think they got it, Danica?
I think they got
Okay.
it. But one thing that we always want to add is myself and Ken, we're not attorneys and we're not CPAs. But we will work with your attorney and your CPA, but we're not in a position to actually give you tax or legal advice. We leave those to those professionals.
We work with them.
But consider us to be a part of your team or your squad. So you'll have your financial advisor, you'll have your CPA, and you'll have your attorney. So that wraps it up for
Wait a minute, one more thing.
Oh.
Now, if you got a good financial planner, won't he be the quarterback of the team?
He will be the quarterback.
Or
but
she?
But the client is always going to be the key player.
The quarterback is the quarterback. The coach and the general manager, who's that going to be?
That's going to be us.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thanks again for tuning in to this month's First Genesis of Virginia YouTube on financial literacy. Once again, make sure you subscribe and share. Tag everyone or tag a friend or share it on Facebook. You can see the link in the box below, as well as make sure you visit our website at www.firstgenesisva.com. You all have a great day, and make sure you stay safe and stay
Healthy.
Okay, bye.